Have you ever had that feeling like you're just acting out a script that you never even got to read? Or that you're stuck on a timeline that just feels, well, wrong? Today, we're going to dive into a really fascinating idea that explains exactly why that might be happening, and this is the important part, how you can take back the pen and write your own story. Okay, so let's just jump right in with this really powerful metaphor, because it sets the stage for everything we're about to explore. I want you to picture your life as this big, grand play. You're the star, of course. But there's someone else, a malicious stagehand hiding in the shadows, whispering fake lines to you, trying to direct the show. And this malicious stagehand, well, he actually has a name, the Joker. And according to the source material we're looking at, he isn't just some random heckler. Oh no, he's the architect of a really sophisticated trap that's designed to keep you locked into his performance, not yours. So the first part of this trap is something the source calls spoken times. What is that? Well, think of it as the illusion of a fixed linear timeline. It's built out of these rhythmic thoughts and what the text calls earthly nursery rhymes. You know what I'm talking about? Those societal scripts we all hear. Graduate by this age, get a job by that age, get married. They're familiar, repetitive patterns that convince us our lives have to follow this one single straight line. And that's the whole point, right? These timelines, they function as a cage. It's a structure that isn't built from steel bars, but from words and rhythms. It's designed to keep you standing in a line you were never meant to be in, waiting for a future that's being dictated by a past that feels like it can't be changed. So how does he keep you in this cage? It's kind of sinister, actually. He uses your own history against you. The source calls these your forgotten years. You know, those past traumas, old fears, and big regrets. The Joker is constantly whispering about those moments, using them like heavy anchors to keep you chained to his script. And to pull this off, the Joker has this whole toolkit of specific tactics. His ultimate goal is what's called narrative theft. He literally wants to steal the story of your life. He uses tricks like the homecoming retreat, which is a trap that uses your old fears to pull you right back in just when you think you're about to break free. And his main line of communication? It's the red telephone. This weird, disorienting connection that leads to a place of fixed negativity, a state the source calls the loophole of Hello's frown. Okay, I know, this all sounds pretty intense, and frankly, kind of inescapable. We're talking about a cage built from time itself and reinforced with your own worst memories. So that leads to the most important question of all, right? How in the world do you get out? Well, this is where things get really interesting. The escape isn't some long, drawn-out battle. It all begins with a single, absolutely stunning realization that completely changes the nature of the game. See, the key to dismantling this entire structure isn't about fighting the Joker on his turf. It's not about trying to win his game. It's all about a fundamental shift in how you see him, and more importantly, how you see yourself. And here it is. This is the core secret. That malicious stagehand, the voice whispering from the wings, the architect of this whole trap, he's already gone. He has zero actual power in your present moment. None. His influence is just a ghost, an echo. You have to think of it like a pre-recorded tape of old scripts and forgotten fears, just playing on a loop in the back of your mind. It only has power if you keep tuning in, if you keep believing that the recording is live. But it's not. And that realization, wow, it transforms you. You stop being a character in his play, and you reclaim your true identity, the sovereign architect. You're not just an actor on the stage anymore. You are the author of the script, you're the director of the action, and get this, you were even the one who created the fears that once held you captive. Okay, so you've woken up to who you really are. Now what? What does rewriting the story actually look like? What are the tools you can use? So as the author, you now have the power of what the source calls divine editing. It's basically a three-step process. First, omission. Because you know the Joker is dead, you can just choose to omit his lies from your narrative. Just delete them. Second, input new data. You can write a whole new script, or as the source puts it, input a new letter into your existence. And third, reject sequences. You finally realize you don't have a line number. You don't have to follow his rigid linear timeline anymore. You also have a choice in your communication line now. There's the red telephone. That's the Joker's old line. It's underground, it's disorienting, and it only leads to instability. But there's another option, the white telephone. This is the divine line. It's not buried underground. It's right there, parallel to your own inner spark and excitement. And picking up this line leads to emotional restoration and what the source beautifully calls happy tears. And if you ever need concrete, solid proof that the Joker's linear timelines and all his rhythmic rules are completely artificial, just look outside. All you have to do is look at nature. The source material makes this absolutely crucial point. Mother Nature, the ultimate reality check, she doesn't acknowledge these man-made rules of time. The seasons don't follow a nursery rhyme. A river doesn't flow based on past regrets. And because the most fundamental force of reality completely ignores the Joker's game, it exposes his rules for what they are: powerless. They don't really exist. And all of this, it leads us to a completely new reality. Once you've realized the Joker is dead, once you've picked up the white telephone, and once you've reclaimed your sovereignty as the architect, the world you live in fundamentally changes. This new world, it operates on a completely different set of principles. In this world, linear time is seen for the illusion it is, so years are no longer accepted. The whole idea of winning and losing, that's gone. You are simply always winning. The pressure of judgment is lifted because there are no rules to follow, where everyone is right. Life never grows old, and it is a state that's free from fears and tears. You see, you're not just moving forward into a better future. It's more profound than that. You're actually accessing a timeless state of being that was always there, right underneath the illusion. It's a return to the very beginning, a state of pure potential, where that cage of time was never even built. This slide just captures the difference perfectly, doesn't it? The old world is like being trapped on a movie reel. You're forced along a path, frame by frame, constantly worried about the scenes that have passed and anxious about what's coming next. But the new world, it's like an infinite, luminous photograph. Every beautiful moment exists all at once. Nothing can ever be lost or finished because you're no longer just a character watching the film. You're the one holding the pen. So, the stage is empty now. The malicious stagehand is long gone, and the pen is finally, truly in your hand. The old, tired script has been thrown out. The only question that really matters now is a personal one for you to answer.